Hi everyone, Martha Ermias here, coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are enjoying your day. And today I come to you with a very important message again today. And we're going to be talking about, I'm going to be sharing with you one thing that helped me, a success tip that really helped me with my life in the last 3 years. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. So I hope everybody's doing. Hi Samuel, how are you? Hi Sami. Hi Lemma, how are you? Everybody let me know where you guys are coming from. Oh, by the way, today I will share with you a tip that my fitness coach shared with me, actually. So I'm very bad at drinking water. Everybody knows that we have to drink enough water to hydrate ourselves and stay healthy. And that's one of the things that I always struggle with. I just don't remember to drink enough water. So I just started a fitness program, and the health coach shared with me something that's really good. So you get a water bottles, and then bottle of waters, and then you write a number there. So this is number 2. This is my second. And I have like 6 different bottles with numbers written in there. So basically the goal is to finish drinking all of them. I think that's really working for me. I'll tell you, I haven't finished 6. I mean, I'm supposed to drink like 6 bottles, but I've only finished 4 so far. Today my goal is to get to 6, and this is number 2. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Again, my name is Martha Ermias, and I am a very proud immigrant. And my passions, I have 3 passions, which is entrepreneurship, personal growth, and contribution are my passions. And I'm doing 30-day Facebook Live challenge. And today is day 6. So I do Monday to Friday. And this week I started doing it at 12:30 Eastern sharp. And so it will be for the rest of the month. So for those of you who've been watching my Facebook Lives and commenting and interacting with me, I want to say thank you so much. And I'm hoping that you're finding the messages that I'm broadcasting helpful. And today I'm going to be sharing with you one success tip that helped me in my life in the last 3 years. So before that, I want to ask you a question. Do you find yourself sometimes wanting to do something big or to become very successful in a certain area of your life, and then at the same time not knowing what steps to take or what direction to take in that area? Or do you sometimes feel like you're doing what you can and you can't do any more because either you're just not created for it, or you just don't have the ability to feel limited sometimes? And I felt that way for a very long time. As I said earlier, I'm actually an immigrant. I was born and raised in Ethiopia, and then moved to Eritrea when I was 15. For those of you who don't know where Ethiopia and Eritrea is, it's actually 2 countries in the eastern part of Africa. I understand that my audience is from all over the world, and I don't expect everybody to know everywhere. So I came to the U.S. for my graduate studies, and it was all good, and started working on a community college, became an assistant dean, built a career there, stayed there for 15 years. But something was not right in all of that process. I mean, I've attained a certain level of success, and I'm very blessed and grateful for that. But a few things didn't really add up, and that's one thing. I think in my entire life, all I remember of myself is being very ambitious, and whatever I want, I try to achieve it. However, since I immigrated here in the U.S., I started to limit myself. I started to tell myself, these are the things that I can do, these are the things that I can't do. And all of that comes from what we hear around us. Sometimes, people tell you things that based on other people's experiences, and you start to hear it and you start to believe it, and you start to tell yourself the same things, and without you knowing it, you start to limit yourself. So everything was okay in life. It was great, but a couple of things were missing. And that's one thing is I felt like I wasn't living my life by design. I felt like I was living my life by default. Basically, what I mean by that is I felt like, I was making choices based on my limitations as opposed to based on my aspirations or what I want to do. My limitations be, okay, I just, make a decision, okay, this is what I can do, this is what is possible for me, which is really my limitation. So, past that, I can't do anything. That's how I started to think and lived my life for a very long time, which is, sometimes it might be okay, but guess what? I did not feel fulfilled. Fulfillment was not there. And 3 years ago, I started a part-time business and started to talk to very successful people, and I started to get a lot of inspiration. Thank you so much, Antex, for your comment there. So I started to get to see things a little bit differently, and I started to stretch my vision a little bit. I started to see that I could actually make my own choices. And what helped me start to realize that is what I want to share with you today. What helped me realize that is I started to see that there is actually resources and people to mentor you to walk the walk that they've walked. Okay? And that's very, very important, because sometimes, if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, like, lack of knowledge or not knowing what steps to take or what to follow or how to do things makes you feel like you're just, you can't really surpass those limits. You're scared. You just don't know. There's so much that you don't know. So mentorship is really what helped me, and I really want to talk about mentorship today. So what's the benefit of a mentor? A mentor is someone that's gone through what, that's already walked the walk and have achieved some success, and they're willing to share it with you. That's basically what a mentor is. How does that help us? That helps us because you start to get wisdom from people who've already gone through. I'm sorry, guys. My iPad is beeping here. Okay. All right. So give me one moment. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So mentors help you. Mentors help you in seeing things that it would take you probably like 10 years for you to realize, but they've been through it. And they kind of see where you're stuck or things that you're not seeing, and they start to expose those things to you. They give you wisdom, and then they start to stretch your vision, and they start to help you believe things that were not possible for you. Or sometimes, and this doesn't just apply, I'm talking about business, of course, but this doesn't just apply in business, but anywhere, anything in life. Like, it could even be relationships or even marriages. Sometimes people are suffering or not succeeding in a specific area of life because they don't know how to overcome those problems that they have. What they need at that time is someone to show them, to advise them, and, to share with them experiences that can help them. We learn from others, and the more we learn from others, the faster we grow. Okay, so mentorship is something that's very, very important, and something that can help you quicken your success, and not only that, even help you become more successful than you can ever imagine. So in my personal life, my first year in business, I didn't know anything about the kind of business that I got involved in. So I told myself that, okay, just like a baby, when they're born, they don't know anything, and they have to learn from their parents on everything. That's how I am in this. Even though I've had my own, hi Ruti, nice to see you here. Even though I've had my own success in other areas, but in this area, I know nothing. So how can I learn? Who's there to teach me? And I want to share with you one saying. How they say when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. When you're ready, actually the resources start to show up. And I'm a big believer of that. Every time you think about something and you're ready, and you're ready, like your heart is ready, and you're looking and you're seeking, and then resources start to show up. So resources started to show up in my life. I found people that were willing to help me and mentor me. That's number one. But the other thing I discovered also is that a lot of my time that was not being used to learn, I could actually use it to learn. Just 30 minutes a day, or even an hour a day, reading a book, or listening to podcasts in the area where I'm trying to grow, or following other mentors. So I started to learn from other people in that way as well. Okay, and that started to expedite my learning process, which allowed me to create success in my first year in business. And then I realized that I could actually take this as a career. So my second year in business, I actually quit my job and was able to pursue entrepreneurship full time. So and for you, there's a few things that I really want to share in terms of how this can help you in finding mentors. The first thing, you want to what's the problem of not, like, what could be an obstacle for you not to be mentored by someone? Those are the first things I want to share with you. Number one, if you're not teachable, mentorship's not going to work for you. And what do I mean by that? And I'm guilty of this, because as adults, we have our own set ways and opinions and knowledge, and most times than others, we want to share, not learn. If learning is you have to be in a humble position to learn. Okay, and doing that is sometimes difficult for a lot of us, especially when you're adults. I mean, children you can teach them easily because they're receptive. But adults, we have a problem with that. But we have to consciously become learners. We have to humble ourselves to learn from others. When we do that, then the resources that are coming from a mentor are really going to help us. And I'll tell you, sometimes I'm very analytical, and I like to know the big picture and understand things before I follow. That's the kind of personality I have. And in my first year in business, the person, especially one particular person, leader that was mentoring me, the things that he would tell me, like, he's very quick in his ways. The things that he would tell me is very specific and quick, and doesn't take time to explain. And that I don't learn that way, but that's how. But then he has what I want. He is where I want to be. So it was up to me to adjust my learning process, because I don't want to lose him as a mentor. So even though I don't understand some things, wherever he says, you got to do this, I just do it. And then I realize the benefit of it later. It's because I trust that he has the knowledge and the wisdom, so I was willing to follow that. So you really want to be teachable in mentorship, even though there's so many things that can come, and you may have opinions and knowledges and things like that. The more if you need help, you really have to be helpable, which is you have to allow yourself to learn from others. And number two is not knowing how to find mentors. Sometimes people say, okay, yeah, I do need mentors, I understand that, but how do I find mentors? And one thing I want to share with you is that mentors are not always people that or you meet. Like, people that you want them to mentor you, they may be at a very high level of success and may not be reachable or accessible to you personally. But what you can do is, a lot of times, those kind of people are also providing a lot of value, sometimes for free, sometimes for a very low cost. You can read their books, you can follow them on Facebook, a lot of messages that they're giving out. You can attend their seminars, and there's just so many ways to be mentored without personally meeting with them. And eventually, when you start to become the person that you want to become and grow to the level that they are, you probably will meet with them. But in the process, though, you can still learn with them. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know the person in person to be mentored by them. So that's the second thing. And how do you identify who is a right mentor for you. And this is very, very important, because there's a few things that are important. Number one, you have to relate with that person. Number two, you want to share the same values, because your mentor is going to influence you. So if your mentor will be someone that's going to be really influencing you. Guys, if you're finding value from this video, please go ahead and give me thumbs up and let me know where you're joining from, so that I can thank you and also interact with you later. Thank you so much. So because they are going to be influencing you, you want to make sure that you have to be okay with being influenced from them. You have to be okay that, they share the same values that you do. You have to be okay that if your life becomes like theirs, you're actually okay with that. So the second thing is, you really want to, it has to be someone that shares the same values as you. And again, mentorship is the quickest way to get to solve your problems or achieve the level of success that you want in the area that you want. And there's so many accessible mentors right now, online, on books, audiobooks, and things like that. But my personal suggestion, the first couple of years I was following anybody that I could see, but finally I defined who I want to follow, what's really important to me at this time in my life. And there's a couple of things. Number one, in business, I needed to find someone that I can follow that have done the kind of business that I'm doing, and that have achieved a tremendous level of success. That was number one. Number two, somebody that I can relate with. And number three, the same value as mine. Number four, I'm into online marketing, so somebody who's very good at online marketing and teaches online marketing. Those were the four things that I was looking for. So personally for me, I'm just going to share you what those were for me. Number one, that person needed to be a follower of Jesus Christ, because I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and that's a huge value in my life. So I needed to connect with someone like that and follow them in what they're doing with their life in being a light for Jesus Christ. So that was number one. Number two, they needed to be entrepreneurs. And number three, and as I said, online marketing. And number four, personality. I'm the kind of person who likes truth to be told the way it is. You don't have to, I like to, very direct, I guess. Very direct is my personality. And I appreciate that, because I'm here to learn. I want to learn. I just need to get the truth. So that kind of approach relates to me. And when I defined that, and I started, I was following a lot of people before that, and I started to say, who are the people that met this criteria? And I found two people to follow. And that was at the beginning of 2016. And I can't tell you how much those two people that I'm following, attending their seminars, reading their books, attending their different training material, coaching programs that they have and things like that, they've helped me transform my life. And I continue to follow them. Maybe later, 2 years later, my needs could be different. I probably will try to find different mentors. But at this time, I'm just so grateful. And again, when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. So my advice to you is whatever area in life that you're struggling with, whether it be financially, whether it be in business, whether it be in career, whether it be in your relationship or marriage, find someone that has been successful in that area. Find someone that you can relate with that have been successful in that area, and allow them to mentor you. Learn from them and apply what you're learning in your life. And that will ensure that you overcome your whatever you're going through. It will help you become more successful. It will stretch your vision. And tomorrow morning, you'll find yourself wanting to share whatever you've overcome. You will find yourself wanting to share it to help others. And that's the beautiful thing. Like, life is not easy. Life is never promised to be easy. However, everything we go through, everything we pass through, it's because we're going to benefit other people later on. But we have to learn from it. We have to actually overcome it. and learn from it, and it has to make us better and stronger. And tomorrow we're going to benefit other people. And the best way to learn and grow in any area of your life is really to find mentors. And as I said earlier, if you guys have been following me, mentors don't have to be people you meet in person. They could be online, they could be on books, they can be accessible through the materials that they produce. I hope you guys have had enjoyed the Facebook Live today, and again, I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you find this helpful, please go ahead and share it. And also, I want to ask you, as I told you, I have 2 mentors that I follow. If you are interested to find out who those mentors are, if you relate with my message and with the kind of values that I have, I'm more than happy to share those with you. Just comment below and just say, please, what should you say? Okay, say, who are your mentors? Or just say who. If you comment who, then I'll know what you mean, and I will definitely share it with you. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much always for watching my Facebook Live. I appreciate all the encouragements and the sharing and the commenting that you guys bring, and I appreciate you so much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.